Can SNG's token sell out at pre-sale? Watch this and find out. Hey everybody. Before I get going, can SNG token sell out? I think it can. And I'm going to get into that in just a second. I want to spend just a couple of seconds, not a long time, but just a couple of seconds going over the different types of videos that I make. Now, if you want to go back and watch all my videos, please feel free. I have no problem with that. But I just want to point out there's information in all of my videos on SNG. A lot of times I make videos, it's going to be about SHIB, or I'll do it on other news. I've done things on the SEC. I've done one or two on Doge, things like that. And I will cover other news that's going on in the world of crypto or in the world like the financial markets. I'll do that. In the beginning of my videos, I'll always have something about SNG, but there's some specific videos. If you're looking for information on SNG, let me show you. Like I did one in the white paper. It's like right here. That has 98 views so far. I'm hoping that before, I think May 10th is going to be the sale, the pre-sale launch date. And I'm not exactly sure about that. I think it's going to be May 10th. I almost said March, May 10th. And, there's different factors involved there. We have coders who are working around the clock right now to get everything done. And if they get everything done, it's going to be May 10th. If they happen to need more time, then it's going to be a week later. But it's going to be very soon. If it's May 10th, we're talking about 9 days. So what I'm hoping everybody does, you have to make an informed decision on everything. Whether you're buying SNG, whether you're buying SHIB, whether you're buying Bitcoin, whether you're buying stocks in Apple or IBM or AT&T or whoever it is that you're buying, don't just buy stuff on a whim. Go and you look. If there's a place to get your questions answered, properly, do it. Now, in the Telegram group, if you ask a question, and if it's a question I can answer in a couple of sentences, or if there's a question that I can do like 1 word or 2 words, myself or someone else from the admin team, they're going to answer it for you. But if there's more in-depth questions that you're asking, and I know that they're better answered here, it's not doing anybody any justice if we just try and answer them, in the chat. We'll probably do it as best we can, but a lot of times if I say, hey, I made a video on it, it's not because I'm mad and think, oh, you didn't watch my video. It's because if there's a question there, and I know I went into it in depth, like the tokenomics, all right, the SNG white paper tokenomics. I did 30 minutes on things, right, in there. Tokenomics is part of it. If you watch the video once, I'm not expecting you to go watch the whole video, like another 30 minutes of your life on it. But if you have a question on the tokenomics, open up the video and just scrub right to the tokenomics and watch it for a few minutes, seconds, whatever it takes, because we're talking about your money here. And I would much rather direct you here to where I answer the question and I do it more in depth than try to, in a few words, sum up everything I just said over here, because you're not going to get all the full meaning over there. And we're talking about investments here. So if we're talking about investments, I want to put you someplace where you're going to get a much better answer. And a lot of times that's going to be my videos. Okay. So I have one on the white paper. I have one on, let me go down. Where is it? Oh, it's down here. So the white paper you saw down here, there's one. It's called Migration from Blaze to SNG. What is the formula? Should you buy now or buy later? And in that, I believe, I made that a week ago. I'm pretty sure I went over the formula in there and said how it's going to work. Should you buy now? Should you buy later? I'll tell you right now. I don't tell you whether or not you should buy now or buy later. I give you possibilities if you buy later, possibilities if you buy something now, but there's no guarantees in life, and you have to make the decision that's best for you. You have to make your best informed decision, and I'm here to help you with that, but I'm not going to tell you which way to go with it. This is not what I'm going to do. So anyway, please watch my videos. If we're in a Telegram and you ask a question, I say, watch my video, or I think I've done a video on that. Please just go watch one of these videos. Sometimes I'll even drop the specific video in the feed that addresses that question. Why? Like I said, I want you to make the most informed decision that you can. And when you're talking about your money, you have to be willing to go a little bit the extra mile and see what the answer is to that, okay? Because we're talking about your money here. And, we're not responsible for the decisions you make, but I feel that in these videos, when I'm talking about, when I'm talking about the facts of SNG and how things are going to work, you have to have the best information. You just, and I'm trying to give that to you every day. Okay, so let's go on to, do I think the SNG token can sell out? And the short answer is yes. I think the short answer here is definitely a yes. Can we sell out? Well, the last time we had a sale on a token, it opened up like 6 a.m. and at lunchtime, the tokens were gone. And I believe that it was supposed to be open for a week, and we sold out in 6 hours. Okay, by lunchtime, there are no tokens left. We had to shut it down. Do I think that's going to happen again? My personal opinion, and this is not financial advice, but my personal opinion is yes, we're going to sell out. I would be shocked if we don't. I mean, if we have a good showing and we sell out of tokens over the 2 weeks and we don't sell out, will I be upset? I'm not going to be upset. We're still going to be successful. But I just think that we are going to sell out. That's what my personal opinion, not financial advice, but I think it's going to be a thing that we sell out. I've seen questions in the Telegram, which are valid questions. What if, we have a hard cap of a million? What if people come in and they want to, there's like 3 million orders that come in, right? What happens if $3 million in orders come in? What happens? Do the coins get divided up equally to everybody who put orders in? No. I mean, it's a good question, but it's not the way it's going to work. Just with like anything else, if one person comes in and buys if there's a person who could do this and they buy all of the Amazon stock that's available, what happens if the next person wants to buy Amazon stock? Are you going to take something from the guy that just bought it and then split it up and do things equally? In the financial world, it's first come, first serve. And, it's just the way it is. What if one person buys a whole bunch, and, what if? And there's nothing left for anybody else. It's the world that we live in. That's the investment market. Am I saying I'm for it or against it? I'm not saying one way or the other. I'm just saying that that's the world we live in. If I was a billionaire and I happened to come across SNG token and I was like, hey, I really like what they're doing over there. Personally, I really do like what we're doing over here. I just don't happen to be a billionaire. And I wanted to buy as much as I could possibly buy. And it ended up being 75%. Well, a billionaire can buy all of it. But say I bought 75% for myself just because I like the project. Then one person can buy 75% of it for himself. Am I saying that's a good thing or a bad thing? I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm saying that's just the way the world is. If we have 1 million people who buy $1 worth, then we're going to have 1 million people have $1 worth. If we have 4 people who buy $250,000 worth, then we're going to have 4 people who bought $250,000 worth. It's just the market. It's just the way things work. One of the things I would do my opinion, because this is what I'm on the team, and what I'm going to be doing is the second that it goes on sale, guys, I'm not buying all of it. But am I going to take some of my hard-earned money and buy some? Yes. I'm not going to put more money than I can afford to lose. That's always good advice. If you invest something, whether you go to Atlantic City, whether you go to Las Vegas, whether you're on a cruise ship at their casinos in a cruise ship, don't ever put any more money in it than, if you had the money in your hand and it kind of flew away and went, into the stratosphere or whatever, you never saw that money again. Don't ever, put any more money in than you can afford to lose. If you could lose that money and that money can go into the stratosphere and you never see it again and it doesn't change your life, well, then that's the money you should be investing. Please don't ever invest your rent money or your car money or your food money or whatever money and say, well, this is a sure thing and it's going to take off and I'll just get the money back later. Please don't ever do that. Whatever money you could afford to lose, that's what you invest. And it's whether it's in crypto or stocks or gold or silver or whatever the heck it is that you're investing in. You always put the extra money that if it goes away, you're still paying your rent, you're still paying your mortgage. That's just what you have to do. Right. So enough of that. But what can make this sell out? Well, we have Austin Hilton and Zach Humphreys. They are going to be pretty soon putting out videos on this. So we're going to get recognized a lot with this. We have, the way it's set up for the launch, you're going to be able to use, and you come over here and you look at, we have 257 token contracts. There is going to be 256 tokens that you can use to buy SNG. The only one you can't is Blaze, because Blaze will not exist at that time. So as of right now, there'll be 256 different tokens that you're going to be able to spend. It's not like any other pre-sale where you have to have BNB to buy whatever token. You have to have Ethereum to buy the other token. You're going to have a small amount of those tokens in your wallet just to cover like a gas fee, right? But if you happen to have, I don't know, let's go to the swapper here. What pops up? ETH. Okay, like I said, you don't have ETH. So let's just shut my eyes and stop on one. And Based Games happens to be there, or Harry Potter Obama Sonic 100, 101, or 10 Inu, Bitrock, Bricken, Bones, anything in here, right? If you have to have $10,000 worth of, right there is bad idea. If you have $10,000 worth of that, you can use that directly, token to token swap, to get the SNG token in pre-sale. You just have to have a little bit of the other stuff for gas fees. So that is going to be something that nobody else does. Nobody else has done, and we are going to be doing that. So that in itself is a reason why it could be a sellout. We're going to have a launch pad that's going to do that, which is going to be, no one else is doing that. It's going to be us doing that. We have other things, which I'm not sure if I can drop the news on. I mean, I could tell you right now, I could do a whole video on both the things that I can think of and give you all ins and outs of it, but I can't do that. So I'm hoping I can drop at least one of those bombs before the pre-sale date. I'm hoping. There's no guarantee on that, but if everybody knew, their computers would be open right now and they'd have the Swap and Go website up ready 9 days in advance, waiting to buy. I'm telling you, the stuff is really good. We have limit swaps. We got the swapper. There's going to be metaverse. There's going to be all kinds of things. Play to earn games are going to be out. There's an amazing amount of stuff that's going to be driving the Swap and Go DEX. It's going to be driving the SNG token, and there's all the reason in the world why people would want to buy this. Okay, so do I think it's going to be a sellout? Yes. And there's only 100 million tokens in the whole ecosystem here for SNG tokens. It's only 100 million of them. It's not like a billion. It's not a quadrillion. It's not these huge numbers that you see. Comparatively, it's a small amount, right? And of that 100 million, if you go and you watch my white paper, I explain the tokenomics in there. And it's not that I don't want to do it here, but again, it's more in-depth answers in another video. 30% is for pre-sale. 30% is for pre-sale. That's 30 million tokens, right? So if 30 people come in and buy 1 million tokens, that's a sellout, people. And another thing that's going to be an attractive reason to come and buy us is because we're going to have buy to stake, and the buy to stake, there's going to be triple digit APYs. The earlier that you buy, the higher the percentage you're going to get. I'm not releasing what the percentages are yet. It's going to be out of this world. It's going to turn heads. People are going to want to come. And personally, I wouldn't wait until like a week later and say, hey, it's like a 2-week thing. I'll buy in the second week that the pre-sale is going on, because you might come and say, oh, I want to get SNG tokens. Well, there might not be any SNG tokens left. I'm not saying that's a guarantee. You might come in the last day of the pre-sale and be able to get all the tokens that you want. I'm just saying there's not a guarantee of that. When there's a guarantee to come and get your SNG tokens is when we open the doors for the pre-sale to start. Then there's a guarantee that you're going to be able to get your SNG tokens. If you wait 10 days down the road, there's not a guarantee that they're going to be there. They could be. I don't know. Maybe they will be, maybe they won't. I have no idea. But again, it's not financial advice. That's my opinion. Please do your research. Please, watch the videos. If you want to watch a video but you don't know where to find an answer to something I might have covered, ask me. I'll drop the video link in the TG for you. I won't make you go looking for it. I'll say, hey, here it is. And just take a minute or two and get your answers in. If it's a 1 or 2 word question, I'll do it. If it's like a few sentences, that's fine. But if I'm looking at something, I'm like, you're going to get a much better answer from one of these videos. I'm going to tell you to watch a video, and I'll give you the video. Okay, so have a wonderful day. Have a good time trading, and I shall see you tomorrow.